What we do in the cruise shadows will not be seen tonight. Please stay tuned for our feature presentation.
Yes, and hear it you shall, for you have ears, and to not hear it would mean that thou hast been deaf. And I shall speak to Chad, god of comfortable footwear. Look upon these abominations of life and destroy them as you would with your friend, Dr. Scholl, and get rid of their fungal disease forever. Make these puppies hush, and do it now. I ask you with much devotion and a certain sound of desperation.
Calling upon your god, you channel the divinity of Chad himself into a tangible, palpable ray of light, which shines forth from your holy symbol, bathing the white in its radiance. It shrinks back, screaming, hissing, covering its eyes, covering its feet for shame because it has no comfortable shoes, and scuttles back into the crate, pulling the lid over top of it.
Man, that was one wet-ass prayer.
That was, I've seen a lot of prayers in my time, and I got to tell you, that was top 5. Easy, Brother Bartholomew.
You're watching DragonConTV, which is what happens when a con lets fans run a TV station. Hopefully others will learn from their mistake.
The Blair Witcher Project will not be seen tonight. Please stay tuned for our feature presentation.
Come on! This is the way.
No! This is the way.
New Deathwatch Power Protein Powder is the only way to weigh. The combination of Tala Siren milk curds and Bantha bone broth will get you through any workout, hunt, or vigilante work. Deathwatch Power Protein Powder was engineered by the best scientists of the Empire and Mandalore alike to create a powerful supplement that is so unbelievable you could call it the Force.
Feels like a sad devotion to an ancient religion. Ugh.
But don't just take our word for it. 2 out of 3 scientists agree this will definitely not kill you.
Watch as we take this scrawny 9-to-5 Mando and make it into a vigilante-ready bounty hunter.
Whoa!
Get the Slave 1 out. This boy's ready to soar.
All right!
And you can take it from me. This product turned these guns into pure Beskar steel.
Just one more great product in the Deathwatch Power family of bounty supplements. And now, try our new women's formula, perfect for the armorer in your life.
Wow, this is the way. Warning.
Deathwatch Power Protein Powder cannot make you invincible, will not protect you from the jaws of the Sarlacc. See a doctor if you have a sudden urge to remove your helmet. Deathwatch Power Protein Powder will not resurrect Mandalore the Great, Jango Fett, or any parental figures who may have been casualty to the Empire's rule. Side effects may include cloning, altering feels, nausea, revenge, fluent hutties, and a strong desire to foster your wide-eyed million-credit bounty.
Available at these fine retailers.
And you may find yourself shut up in a one-room flat. And you may find yourself in the same old part of the world. And you may find yourself staring at an unused automobile. And you may bore yourself every day in your house, every day with your wife. And you may ask yourself, well, when can I leave here?
Quarantine days go by. Staying at home has got me down. Quarantine days go by. Feels like living underground. Friends in my eyes again. Can't go to hair salon. Feels like a lifetime. Am I living underground?
And you may ask yourself, how do I stream this? And you may ask yourself, how do I work my automobile? And you may tell yourself, I gotta get out of my house. And you may tell yourself, I wanna get back to my life.
Quarantine days go by. Cities and states are shutting down. Quarantine days go by. Can't have family come around. Into the Zoom again. Meeting with no pants on. Wait, is it springtime? Feels like time has come unwound.
Baking a cottage loaf, baking some sourdough, baking some honey oat, baking a pretzel bow, baking a plain brioche, baking a hollow roll, baking potato scones, baking focaccia. Work is annoying, and Zoom is confusing. There are meetings that could have been an email. Hey, can you hear me? No, we can't hear you. The mute button is at the bottom of the window.
Quarantine days go by. Animal Crossing on my couch. Quarantine days go by. Villagers on my island now. Charging the switch again. Why are my turnips gone? Banging on rocks and stones. I know now it's underground. Quarantine days go by. Nothing to do but lie around. Quarantine days go by. Going too long without a shower. Go to the grocery store. Please put a mask on. 6 feet apart in line. Getting TP and paper towels.
But you may ask your friends, could we use Slack to hang out? And you may ask your friends, what's new on AO3 now? And you may find your friends playing games, singing songs. And you say to your friends, log on, let's have some fun.
Quarantine days online. Friends on Skype and FaceTime now. Quarantine days online. Getting each other through somehow. Onto the Twitch again. Now that the mixer's gone. Discord and Slack and Zoom. Got my conference with me now. DragonCon goes online. Video panels and no cloud. DragonCon goes online. Cosplay showing off and proud. Virtual concerts. Turning the filk up loud. DragonCon online. Content flowing in the cloud.
Chime isn't holding up. Chime isn't straight enough. Think of it as a ball of timey-wimey stuff. It's hard to stay in place, and we all miss your face. Let's plan for next year. We'll see you next year.
Quarantine days go by.
As it ever was.
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 Watching DragonConTV, you are. Afraid? You will be.
Dodgers in the 24th and a half.
I have sent for you, Dodgers, because we are facing a crisis. The world supply of Illudium Fosdex, the shaving cream atom, is alarmingly low. Now, we have reason to believe that the only remaining source is on Planet X, somewhere in this area.
And you want me to find this Planet X? Is that it?
Can you do it, Dodgers?
Oh, indubitably, sir. If there's anyone knows their way around outer space, it's... Dodgers in the 24th and a half century! Yikes!
Are you ready, eager young space cadet?
I'm ready, all set, your hero ship, sir.
Then make way for the Dodgers in the 24th and a half century! Whoops, had the silly thing in reverse.
Now then, eager young space cadet, here is the course we shall pursue to find Planet X. Starting from where we are, we go 33,600 turbo miles due up. Then, following the Great Circle, 7 radio loops south by down east, by Astrolobal to here. Here and here. Then by space navigable compass to here, here, then to here, and here. By 13-point stratocumulus bearing 4 million light years, and thus to our destination. Now, do you know how to reach Planet X?
Oh yeah, sure.
Well, I wish you'd explain it to me sometime, Buster.
It's very simple, sir. If we follow those planets in the air, we'll eventually get to Planet X.
That's ridiculous. Of all the stupid suggestions. Wait a minute. I think I've got it. I'll just bet that if we follow those planets, we'll find Planet X. God. How do I do it?
I don't know.
I claim this planet in the name of the Earth.
Zoom!
I claim this planet in the name of Mars. Isn't that lovely? Yeah.
Look, Bud, I've got news for you. I have already claimed this bit of dirt for the Earth, and there just ain't room enough on this planet for the two of us.
I do believe you are right. Ta-da!
Huh. Little does he realize that I have on my disintegration-proof vest. You may fire when ready, Grizzly.
Oh my! Ha!
Who, what, how, who, what? Oh, it's you. Just when I had him going, you had to butt in. Well, get back in that spaceship.
Yes, sir. Your hero ship, sir?
Aha! Got the drop on you with my disintegrating pistol. And brother, when it disintegrates, it disintegrates. What do you know? It disintegrated.
Happy birthday, you thing from another world, you.
Oh, thank you!
Well, I guess he's had enough. I'll send him an ultimatum. Pew! Pow!
I'll see what the little stinker is up to on my super video detecto set.
That's the last straw! Now I use my secret weapon!
As I was saying, Buster, this planet just ain't big enough for the two of us, so off you go. And now, I hereby claim this planet for Earth in the name of Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century.
Big deal.
Either, what are you doing? Either, the show's over. Either, that's all, folks. Go home. Go.
Hey, DragonCon. It's Crispy, and we've spent a lot of time together over the last few days. And this is going to be an emotional hour because we have never been in a situation like this before. And decades of doing this convention. I've been doing this convention personally since 2002. And I've never seen a situation where we've had to bring people together without actually having them together in the same room. And for me personally, one of the driving factors in us doing this was making sure that we have a sense of community, that you all at home felt like you were engaging, that if we could give you just 1% of the good community that you get when you come to DragonCon in person, then it was a win. And I think that we went well and above in that regard personally. And I say that as someone who worked on it, as well as a fan of the work that everyone else has been doing. But we wouldn't be here without you, the fans. Those of you who have kept us with us in Discord constantly. Just the way that culture has exploded has been amazing. And which, by the way, for those of you who are wondering about the Discord, we're keeping that open year-round. How it's going to change throughout the years to be decided, but the feels that you gave us from just being on that online community was overwhelming, and we heard you and we listened, and we're working about making sure it's still there for you year-round. Obviously, the Facebook groups and things will still be there, but it was a really fun way to kind of bring things together, and a lot of people worked very hard to make that Discord happen. Since just so much time went in, and to all of you that had a hand in making that Discord happen, I love you. You guys really helped bring this community together. More so, our fun videos and panels. You gave us all a voice. You gave us all a place to hang out and be social. And you gave us all a place to be fans. And there's one crazy thing about the DragonCon fandom is that you guys work at a speed that is unreal. Like, we do DragonConTV, it's cultivated and stuff like that, but we're always in awe of you, the fans, at home and at the convention, at how quickly you latch onto a thing. And from the Marriott carpet to the John, and now praise Chad, right? So we want you guys to be aware that we're here for you, and we're here with you as a big, beautiful family. And I want to take a second now to showcase some of the beautiful fan art that has come out of the last couple of days. This is all stuff that people have thrown together since this convention started on Thursday on the Discord. We've got our Masquerade Best of Show there from Fallout. We've got Cardportius and Chad from the Improv D&D that Dad's Garage provided for us on Friday night. And then just moments before we went live, I saw this beautiful House Hilton crest in our Discord. And the love that you have for this convention is astounding. And it just blows us away every single year. And I can't wait for us to be back together. But for this year, for this so weird year that it was, it's definitely a memorable one. And it's, for me personally, probably one of my favorite ones ever. We got to see a lot of things that we typically don't get to see year in, year out, just because there's only so much to do. And one of the best complaints I heard throughout the weekend was, you guys gave us so much content, we still couldn't watch everything. It's a good problem to have. But there's a lot of people that came together to work on giving you this content. There's a lot of teams that worked hard, from the Discord to DragonConTV to convention operations to social media. And I think, well, you know what? I think they're going to speak for themselves here. Why don't you guys come on in and hang out with me for a minute?
Hi.
Hello. Now, you guys can't have a room party without having people in your room, right? And these are some of my closest friends and family. A lot of the faces you see here are not obviously every single person or every single department that was responsible for making DragonCon Goes Virtual Online. I want to be very clear on that. Volunteers from every walk of this convention still had a hand in this convention leading up to it, during it, and will after. But these are the ones that worked hard with us to make the broadcast happen. And we just want to make sure you have a chance to recognize them. And we'll have a little special thanks at the end of this presentation for everyone. So I'm going to go around the room, and I'm going to introduce my friends here in the studio to my friends here at home. And I'm just going to go in the order that I see on the screen. Tommy and Jess, say hi to the fans. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you do for the show.
Hey, everyone. You want to start?
Oh, no, you start.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm Tommy Bird. I'm the basically the stuff that's streaming right now is happening from my system. If I turn my camera on, you would see it's coming out. So
The magic box is next to it,
Magic
and all
box.
of this is coming from.
Yeah.
Ooh, magic box.
So yeah, I've been basically kind of the person putting together a lot of the streaming aspect, like the I guess the engineering of it all, making sure that like we can get the feeds in, get them out into various platforms, onto DragonCon.tv, all that various stuff. So it's been fun. Earlier in the week, like last week, I did a full burn-in and everything was running fine for like 72 hours. And then on Monday, the computer started crashing and locking up, and I was like, no. But we got through it. Debugged some stuff, and we got it working. So yeah, I've been kind of the one keeping things up. And then also I edited the parade. So
yeah, you guys did a lot involved with the parade, the two of you. Jess, tell us about what you did with the parade real quick.
So I'm Jess, DCTV, hosting things, mainly the parade for the last several years. I wrote and helped assemble and directed a lot of the parade intro video with our lovely Nandor here.
It's very creepy.
It's very, very creepy paper. And also all of the love notes that you guys submitted into us. I was the one who assembled all of those together and got those out to you. And it was really a beautiful and heart-wrenching thing to go through all of that while the convention was happening, to see everybody's memories and support and love, and just missing being home. But I think we recreated that pretty well. I think, we definitely have had the DragonCon chaos. And we've had that energy the entire.
It's been interesting. Like the chaos, the buzziness is there of like everything happening, but while I'm sitting at my desk, so
it's slightly easier to get food. That's the main thing. Is DoorDash will deliver to us. So that's been the prime difference. But,
Nice. Well, you guys have done a whole lot, and I know personally we've known each other for years. Thank you on behalf of my friendship, but also thank you on behalf of the convention for this. And I'm going to say this to every single one of you here, but this would not have happened without you. So all of you after this, you're going to hear that too. Be ready. Robin, this is Robin, everyone. Robin is also a beautiful and amazing person. She actually helped me with the Chad stuff on Discord, and she was the one who made the shoe icon that you're seeing. So praise Chad, Robin. So Robin, tell us a little bit about your hand in this convention this year.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm the DCTV broadcast director, and I was my main project for this year was helping coordinate the Fantrax channel. So working with the lovely Regina to reach out and communicate with all of our Fantrax directors. And let me tell you, we have a lot of Fantrax. Yes. I did not know this before this year.
Right.
We have a lot of lovely Fantrax directors who we worked really hard to coordinate and get enough content to go throughout the weekend. So much so that if you heard back in July, we were going to start on Friday. Mm-hmm. We had over 96 hours of content submitted, so we just backed it up to Thursday because we had so much to give you guys. Mm-hmm. We did offer the whole, if you don't want to take part this year, you can. And no, there was an opposite reaction. Everyone was like, what can I do? What can I record? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give a call out right quick to the lovely Sierra, who helped me stay sane. She helped me coordinate receiving videos from the 35 fan tracks, getting them to our team of about 10 to 12 editors to get branding put on and get all the recordings, some of which were in Zoom, to get all of it put together. And then she also helped me get, we were operating the master control for the Fantrax channel, and she helped me organize a schedule for our remote operators to go in and run that entire channel and get that content to you guys. So it's been a busy weekend.
That's an understatement. And I want to piggyback on that, the love for Sierra, because by now we've all seen the Duck Dodgers video, except for Mel, because she's been busy working. She hasn't watched it yet. But we'll get to that in a minute. But Sierra made the Marvin helmet that you see here on my friend Randall. She handmade that literally the day before I went to go do my shoot for my scenes, which used set pieces from Hidden Figures, by the way, a little inside information there for you. but she made this beautiful helmet, and she supported me a lot as well. So Robin, thank you for opening the thanks to Sierra. I want to give my extended thanks to her as well. And Robin, without you and your entire team, again, the show wouldn't have happened without you. I love you. Thank you. Jonathan is joining us. I believe this is the first time Jonathan's been on camera. And Jonathan, you've been a longtime part of the DCTV family. Now, you do have some audio issues, so please bear with this, friends at home. This is normal for us. This is the stuff that we protect you from. But Jonathan is family. And Jonathan, thank you so much for being willing to close out the show with us this year.
Well, as Crispy pointed out, I'm Jonathan. I do a lot of the back end things that no one ever sees, a lot of the technical crawl through the bowels of the hotels things. Well, this year, obviously, we're not crawling through the bowels of the hotels. So I was the one that built and created all of the DCTV Land stuff, curated the content, built the player. And I'm proud to say that it played the whole weekend without a hiccup. And was absolutely just gobsmacked when I saw some of the viewership numbers. And a lot of people obviously saw it and enjoyed it. And it's really good to see that, because that was the whole point.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work with the bumpers also. You may have seen the Chad bumper that ran before the Masquerade. We literally created that at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning writing it. I'm like, Jonathan, please put this together. Like, Jonathan edits almost all these bumpers, and I send him notes at like 1 in the morning. It's like, hey, can we have this air tomorrow? And I could just hear him go, I mean, I guess, yeah, sure, yeah, let's do it.
You know, as fast as you, the fans, can create the memes, and oh boy, can you create the memes. I mean, we've shown we can respond. We have to.
Yeah.
But it's that creativity that makes DragonCon what it is, and it's what makes it so special.
Yeah, and you definitely help give a voice to our team with the bumpers and other products that you write. And again, you've been working with us on this operation for years, even before DragonConTV was the videography department they are now. And again, my friend, I love you, and we would not have been able to do this show without you. So thank you for your contributions on that. It's you help guide us home, you know.
You know, it's our sandbox. We get to play in it, and you know, we get to let everybody else see it.
Yeah, it's a big sandbox. And with that, it's a face that I believe the convention has seen more of with Mauricio's crew. Mauricio is responsible for a lot of the actual live content at the show this year, as well as segments during the show. Mauricio, tell us all just how much wonderful stuff that you help us put on this year.
Okay, so I'm the director of the news department. We are officially using that name this year. I was hoping to use it on site, but yeah, DragonConTV News. We've got like a logo and everything.
Nice.
And we're in a normal year, we're responsible for the guest interviews that Crispy does, but this year he basically handled the whole thing by myself. All I had to do was throw it up on YouTube. So thank you very much, Crispy, for sort of taking that load. Normally we set up in the Pulse bar loft and do a big thing, but this year was obviously simpler. But so we normally do the guest interviews, we do news segments, but we're not allowed out of the house, so doing a news segment was a little weird. So what they told me, or what I understood it was, oh, you just have to do the live shows. We have the Late Show in the morning at 9:30 and DragonCon Update at 6:30. I thought, well, okay, we don't have to do the news segments. The interviews are easier. There's going to be fewer of them, I suppose. This will be easy. This will be easy, they said. No. So I think I put in as many hours as a regular year. I'm not even sure where the hours went. But the Late Show and DragonCon Update were quite the undertaking. I think we were up the production values quite a bit. I think we just there's this thing, like I work in computer graphics, and there's this thing about rendering movies like what Pixar does, and they it takes a frame to render a frame of animation. It's always the same, no matter how powerful the computer is. They're just going to make the scene more complicated, the graphics more rich, right? So it's going to still take about an hour to do a frame. It's always an hour to do a frame. So I just think we filled the available space. Like, we're going to spend this much time at DragonCon working on it, no matter what it's just the Late Show and DragonCon Update. No, we're going to make those even better now. So somehow the time all got filled up, and we hope you like the results. Later on, I guess I'll get a chance to hopefully thank individuals, but I don't want to get too much into that right now. But that's basically what we did.
Yeah, your live shows were a beautiful heartbeat throughout the weekend between the Late Show and the DragonCon Update. Like, you gave the fans a chance to be interactive with live entertainment as we went, which was a hurdle we overcame with scheduling our guest panels and things like that. So you allowed that voice to be heard in real time, and your shows were critical for that. And thank you for giving our fans a voice.
So a lot of, really quick on that point, a lot of people have been asking, like, can we keep doing this, or do this again next year, sort of, for people who can't actually make it. And I'm like, one thing we got to take away is this is a great way to do fan interaction, fan Q&A. We'd not really been able to do that effectively for the Late Show or DragonCon update before, but now it's like we got the Discord server, we got, we can you can change the banners real quick. This has been really nice, actually. So I'm glad I'm sorry that this happened, but I'm glad that we're taking so many learnings from it, and hopefully we'll use them next year. So
we're gonna find a lot of good stuff to have come out of this, and I think that's a very DragonCon way of looking at things. We as my camera operator for those interviews likes to say, Joel, we're gonna make a delicious glass of lemonade out of this, and we're gonna have a huge pitcher to serve all of you next year, for sure. So thank you, Mauricio, for the work that you've done. Seriously, again, I hope you guys aren't tired of hearing it, but we could not have done this without you and your team. Thank you so much. And now we're going to move on to a face that you only maybe saw in the town hall once, but everyone, I want you to understand that Mel, anything you saw on main channel that was pre-recorded was Mel behind the scenes. So Mel, before we even delve into what you're doing, holy crap, thank you.
Yeah.
You're not
So
supposed to
now-
make me cry yet. I have to
Now
talk.
that you're crying, Mel, you're not done crying yet, don't worry, but introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
I'm Mel, and I normally just push the buttons. Damn it, Crispy. So this was my 10th year, and I walked into DragonCon 2011 and saw this amazing group of people in a basement, crammed up in a tiny little room, trying to make magic come out of this little box with some really interesting tech. And I immediately fell in love. I had never heard of DragonCon before. I moved here from Las Vegas, so I had never even heard of DragonCon. But I am an uber geek and a broadcasting professional, so it kind of married those two things. And I walked in the door and just basically fell in love with the team, fell in love with the content, the ridiculous content, which so fantastic. And I just wanted to help it grow and be this level of like, oh my God, it's so amazing. How can we make it better and give it to everybody who wants it? And it's taken a while, but I feel like over the last 10 years with this amazing team that changes and ebbs and flows and learns and grows, and we have been living for this moment. This year was something that we have unintentionally been preparing for a decade. And I can't say enough about how much I appreciate everything.
Mel, we love you. We appreciate the heck out of you. I don't think there's a single person here that disagrees with that. I'll be honest with you, Mel. Like, I don't know if you're watching the Discord. I hope you're not, because the Discord's exploding with them saying how much they're crying with
Oh
you.
no.
So,
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
So my whole thing is like I stay in a dark room in a basement of the Hyatt, and I was accidentally discovered last year. By the way, that's a whole other story. I know. I was like, no, my secret identity. So now we're just fully embracing. But yeah, I sit in the basement and I geek out in such a different way than, all the people, like the cosplayers and the artists and these fan tracks that pull all these amazing guests together and put on this amazing show every year. And if it doesn't come through DragonConTV, I don't get to see it. It's a choice. It's a choice. I work way more than I probably should, but I love it. And it charges me. For the last 10 years, it's been my geek Christmas, my professional fulfillment that, like, oh, I do this for a living every day, but I can't wait to get to DragonCon and volunteer to work really long hours and just make sure that all the fans get to see all this amazing content. And as long as they're having a great experience, and whenever people are like, oh, I saw this on DragonCon TV, I'm like, yes. So like mission accomplished, right? And as long as that's happening, I'm happy and exhausted, but happy. And this year, I don't know, it was a new experience because I'm like, oh no, I don't get to sit in my room in my basement and push the buttons, you know? And as it turns out, there were many basements with many buttons, and everybody just spread that workload and took it. And I got to sit in my bedroom barefoot. I haven't put on shoes in like a month.
Right. Wear pants.
I'm wearing pants. I am wearing pants.
All right.
I respect my chair too much to not wear pants. But barefoot with my food right next to me, my amazing roommates, Alex, I love you. Literally sending me delivery, and my other roommates sneaking it into my room. I'm like, what's that smell? Oh my God, food, just magic.
I forgot what food is.
Yes. So it was really great. And I still got to touch, so much of the content and put a face to different departments. And like Sean, I know he's over there in the corner doing something else. But like I had never met Sean. And I was like, how have I been here for 10 years and never met Sean? Oh my God. So
he likes it.
Just seeing this whole team come together in what could have been a year that we said, you know what? They're not going to do it this year. We could have gone 100 different ways. Mm-hmm. And we chose as a group, as a collective of fans and friends to step up and put on this event that we were like, can we do it? Yeah, sure. Right? We can totally do this, right? Can we? Oh, let's try. And literally pulled magic out of a hat. And I have been so proud, so proud of all of you. And in a couple days, I'm going to rest up and I'm going to watch all this amazing content that I helped put on the air. But sometimes you just get so busy making it happen that you don't get to enjoy it with your friends. And seeing all of my friends, the ones I know and the ones I don't, enjoy this, that's your love. That's my love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
Mel,
thank you guys so much.
We absolutely love you. Again, the Discord is exploding with love. Someone on our team has now made a heart emoji that's the Marriott carpet that is just spamming.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't wait for us to hang out in the hotels next year in our own separate caves again for your master control. So I love you again as a friend, and thank you. Literally, again, we could not have done this show without you. Thank you. So now we're going to move on to a face that I think a lot of people don't see, and again, by his design. Sean,
and we can barely see it now. Look at this shot.
I know. I'm like trying to like slowly inch my way out as much as I can.
Right? Yeah.
I'm the comic relief after that heartfelt. Like I can't follow that up.
And tell us what all you do.
Holy
with
smokes.
just all of this. Like I don't think a lot of people really know just how involved you are as a person because they don't know you. Let's get to know you.
Yeah. So I have had the privilege of bolstering up the social media team as their director for the past chunk of years. And this is, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest now, Instagram. And, really what I've done is I've been able to take really, really smart people and give them platforms to do really, really cool things, leveraging the awesome things that DragonCon fans make. So, and kind of my element that I love to do is, as I said, like Mel lives in the basement of the hotel, and I actually get to vicariously live and experience the whole event through every user's eyes. So through you posting a video on Twitter or you Instagramming it, like my team, we get to experience the event at such a scale. So our job is to normally take that and then let everyone enjoy it at that scale as much as we can. And then this year, the big thing that, and I'm gonna do two shout outs here. The big thing that I've gotten to team up with Alex and Eric on was the Discord server. So that was kind of our baby going into this year, as we got to kind of build that up. And I'm blown away by what the Discord server become. We kind of planted a seed. We were like, we hope this is work. Like, we had the channels, we had the hotels, and we were like, man, we hope this is, something that someone will like.
Right.
And it blew up. Like, I have been absolutely blown away. I mean, it made a cult already. Like, I mean, I think that's a check mark. Like, I don't know how I can top that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Discord itself, and what's really fun about DragonCon, and especially from a social media perspective, is we just create platforms, and the users and fans are really what create what happens there. And I have never had a year where I'm not blown away by how creative the users are on that platform. Like, I was in some of the I was lurking in some of the voice channels, I should say. And some of the conversations that we were hearing, and then kind of what was going on, it was almost like I was at the event, which is kind of what we wanted with the Discord. So it was, and the same with the Facebook group. I'm probably a little bit more known in the Facebook group. I'm in there pretty often, kind of posting in and out. But yeah, so I mean, the big thing that my team does is, we're here to give a platform so that the DragonCon community can be the DragonCon community year round. So not just the event. You can come to the Facebook group, or come on Twitter, or come on Instagram, and you can be DragonCon every day of the year, which is what my team gets to do. So we're always very excited when we get to be DragonCon year round. Yeah. And then yes, most people don't see me because I hide in the shadows of DragonCon.
Yeah. Thank you for turning on a light today. I mean,
I know. Yeah, right? It burned a little bit.
I feel like there's a whole what we do in the shadows, like, theme.
Crew.
No,
it really is.
Literally exist in the shadows.
I mean, I did remove Windows from my computer, so I was not washed out. So I mean, I feel like I do get light through some way. It's just normally open Windows on my desktop.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, Sean, I'm going to attest to the great work that everyone under you has done with Discord, social media, and things like that. Because again, like, you gave us the sandbox for our fans to engage. And I think that was very, very important for this year. Like, we needed a way for the fans to make sure that they were heard, and that they knew that we were not just hearing them, but also listening to them, that we were validating their experiences. And the work that all of your team did to make this Discord work, again, it blows my mind, and especially in the time that you guys made it. So, I mean, I've got nothing but props for, Alex and Eric and Merlin and the rest of the crew that really just busted their butts to bring you fans at home a taste of that. So, Sean, man, thank you personally. I've loved getting to know you the last couple of years, and I can't wait to continue that friendship. And again, we could not have done this show without you. Thank you.
And speaking of Discord, I just pulled a screenshot because now I'm in Discord.
Yeah.
Just now, excuse me, Mel.
I mean, it's been running in the background the whole time, but I have work to do, sir.
That's okay. I respect it.
As it was flying past me, because it's literally just flying, I can't keep up. I saw a quote that I wanted to share, so I'm gonna put that up.
She has the power.
All 7 of us are watching. The 10-year-old is crying. The 6-year-old is hugging daddy and asking why it has to be over. I'm with the 6-year-old. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you. And then David says, it truly has been a magic weekend. Isn't that awesome?
Beautiful. And now we're crying.
I know, right? I'm like, but
Um,
the beauty of DragonCon is that it doesn't have to end. It's with us always.
Yeah.
We carry it with us always.
And it's true. And, we are a family as well as a community. And that doesn't stop or start on Labor Day weekend. This is a collective of people that I've gotten to know for 20 years that we hang out year round. We do do other conventions or go out for dinners or whatever, and it's just like when you have your chosen family, you stick by them. And this is a crew that I am proud to stand by for 20 years. And one of the most important people in that process to me has been Regina, who is preparing herself to come up next. Without Regina, I would not have been able to do panel moderations and being engaging in some of the content you guys see this year. So I know I personally owe a lot to Regina in that regard. But Regina, I want people to kind of get the chance to know you because they don't always get to see you at the show because you're running the programming. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm Regina. I'm the head of programming, which means I've worked with every single one of these people, these lovely, lovely people. And all of our wonderful track directors that Robin and I have sometimes not thought were so wonderful at midnight when we were going through videos. And she said 96. It was really more like 140 because we actually asked for an extra just in case.
Yeah.
And boy, did they step up. So all of those people need to be recognized too, because that entire fan track channel was because of all those people.
Absolutely.
Robin's team was fabulous. Sam.
Yeah.
He edited so many of those videos, just so fabulous.
Shout out
all
to
of the people that stepped up to edit videos, because Lord knows I don't know how to do it. I was watching a lot of them. The people that helped me watch them. In fact, they were overwhelmed at a point and asked for some help, and some of my track coordinators stepped up and helped, and other senior staff had come through and helped.
Yeah.
And it was fabulous.
Mhm.
But that's the point. You hit it right on the head. We're family.
Mhm.
And that DragonCon spirit is very strong. And we just wanted to give back to our community. And that community has been so engaging. And the moment that we said we were going to do something virtual, we started getting emails.
Yeah.
How can I help? How can I help? How can I help? The people who couldn't come because of autoimmune problems, or that they had parents with them, things like that, where they had at-risk groups, who were immediately, if you're going virtual, I'm in. Let me in. Let me help. It's just been overwhelmingly amazing.
I think overwhelmingly amazing is a perfect way to describe this convention every year.
Exactly.
You know?
But this year seemed extra special because we all miss each other so much.
Mhm.
And we look forward to our yearly gathering. And some of us only see each other then.
Yeah.
Some of us are lucky enough to see each other more often. I've been with this convention now. I came to my first DragonCon in 1989. So, yeah. And I was only a fan. I only was a fan for 1 year.
Not there.
And then I bought a badge for 2, but that second year, I worked a fan track the entire convention.
Yeah.
Because somebody else needed the badge, because there was a small amount of badges that were given per track. And I'd already bought my badge, so I was like, you can have it.
Yeah.
But I worked the entire time because I just found my people. I found my tribe, as we want to say. We found our people. So that community is very, very important. So
You are definitely a leader in our tribe, Regina. And
So.
I admire you and the way you're able to process the mountain. And a mountain is even like an understatement for what you do when it comes to wrangling the programming at this show.
It's a lot, but it's
yeah.
because I love it. It's because I love it, and I want everybody to have the best show as possible.
Yeah.
I was, working a full-time job, and we all know this. You work a full-time job, and then you come home and you do DragonCon.
Yeah.
And it's, and it's just like and you do that because of you love the community, and that's and you want to share that. We talk about sharing the joy that is DragonCon, and that is so true. It is absolutely true. Is that we want everybody to feel that joy that we feel, and and I told everybody that I would cry because God help me, I recorded a love note, but it took me about 25 tries because I started weeping every time. And I finally just said, forget about it. I'm just going to let it go and just cry because of missing you. But we'll be together again.
And we will.
Yes.
I can't wait for us to be together again.
Yeah.
again,
we just need everybody to stay safe until that time.
Yes, please.
Because we don't want to miss anybody.
Mm-mm. And it's important because we want to see as many of you
important.
back with us. And I think this just opened up an opportunity for us to find some maybe virtual ways for people who can't come. Those are conversations that we're going to have later. But right now, we're not having them right now. We're just going to celebrate and enjoy what we had here.
We've learned a lot. I mean, goodness, we have learned a lot. We have learned so much.
So much.
Mel was joking. She was like, "Oh, well, Regina's been with me at all the recordings. She knows how to do this." We were laughing about that because I learned all that. I mean, I could do her whole spiel if she had to step out for a minute. It's like, okay, so your lighting, you've got a window on the right, and okay, so maybe we can turn that a little bit more this way. And Mel's going to do a 30-second countdown, and she was like, so
hey, Regina.
I just did so many of them with her. Mel and I had just passingly knowing each other, and I think that that's not true anymore. No. we had many long conversations. So
I believe one of the notes I heard was like in a conversation that she had with you. You opened up with, "All right, Mel, I love you, but I can't have a 3-hour conversation right now." And I think that is like a perfect summary of the friendship you two have bonded.
Pretty much. It was like, I love you, but, we had a 3-hour conversation yesterday. I can't do that again today because I have a big list of things that have to be done in the next hour. So, because everybody, all those wonderful content creators that we have, all have my telephone number.
Yeah.
And they all call me and text me at all hours of the day and night. Can I do this? Is this okay? And even with Sean, it's the social media aspect. I mean, there are all my track directors who are doing all their social media things are like, is this okay? But I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And
it's my best life.
Yes.
In
this darkest of timelines, it is our best life.
Yeah, exactly. If this is in the situation we're in, this is the bright spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I thank you for the bright spot that you've given. I know that a lot of people don't know you, and you.
Right.
And I think it's important that like you hear it from us, and I can tell you right now, the Discord also is exploding for what we do. Thank you.
I'm reading a comment right now that says, "Don't play this on TV."
They're just doing the personal messages in here. But, I've appreciated our friendship over the last years. I don't what is time in 2020 anymore. I don't even know where we're at. And
well, it's been quite a few years, Crispy. We've been around for a while together.
Yeah, it's all kind of blended. Like I look back, it's like, was that a 12-year or an 8? I don't know anymore. But for all the time that I've known you, I've respected the hell out of you, and I love you with every fiber of my being.
And I love you too.
I appreciate that. And you're gonna hear it here because it's true. We literally cannot do this show without the work that you do, and I thank you for that, Regina, and everyone thanks you for that. So thank you.
And again, we can't do this without you.
That's right. And now that brings us to our last smart face here in the corner, who's been. I've intentionally saved her for last because I can see her building herself up and down a lot. And Rachel is one of the most beautiful people involved in this organization. She's one of our con co-chairs, and she has helped guide us for the last few years in that leadership position. And specifically, I worked directly with her a lot in all the years that I've been doing interviews. So I've been working in tandem a lot with Rachel and Regina, along with everyone else in this room. And I could not be here and do the work that I'm doing right now for all of you at home if it wasn't for Rachel. So Rachel, now that you're about to cry, you have to say something. You're welcome.
Thanks. And I'm like the ugliest crier ever, which is exactly why I don't want to come on. I told Mel that you guys are all so pretty when you cry, and I'm like I can't. I don't even know where to start, y'all. Really, my role this year was to step aside and watch your amazingness. It's the only way I can describe it. I think I said yes to you guys, this team right here, more than I probably should have. Yeah. But it was so cool to see everybody's ideas just going everywhere, and every day having this team in particular, and I wish I had my sister by my side. If anyone knows me, it's typically Ray and A, and she's at her house because we are socially distancing. But every day of this build, when we made the decision to go virtual, it has truly been about watching you guys do all that you have brought to the table and accomplish, and trying to support, because you guys are who brought the magic. There's no question on that. And I've just been able to marvel with you and sit here and hopefully give y'all support and let you guys bring your magic to the fans. And I think that's the biggest thing. A big part of my job is normally hotel partners and guests and all that kind of things. And obviously earlier in the year, we worked pretty intensely with the hotel partners, and they were phenomenal, helping us get through, obviously, one of the hardest decisions of our career and, quite frankly, life, of the in-person event. And they were amazing. And then working with our other partner, Eventany, who's new to the DragonCon fam, and started off only as a volunteer database earlier this year, and then grew to, a virtual marketplace, and we decided to go virtual. And then, hold on, one more moment. Let us help support your stream. Let us help support your video. Let us help save you with a couple hiccups that occurred. So really, my role has been just partnering with the best people I could ever imagining in life, and I feel like that's pretty much my role in DragonCon always. I was showing people to their tables at 7 years old in the first one in '87, and have grown up every single year. It's been a huge part of my life. Attending every one except one when I got my tonsils taken out, and Mandy still holds it over me. But truly, it is every part of my being is DragonCon. Yeah. And seeing the fans and bringing it to the fans and just being a part of it, being a part of the magic, it means more to me than anything in the world.
You help facilitate that magic in ways that, even though you've discussed, there's even more ways that people don't get to see. I look at everyone in this room, and just in this organization that I've worked with, and you're definitely the most magical of all of us.
Not even close, but thank you.
You're Dumbledore. You're our Dumbledore.
You're our Dumbledore. For better or worse, hold on there. With her sweet tooth and all, but we come together because we love the show. We love our fans, but more importantly, we get love from those of you at the top, and through us, we're sharing your love with everyone. And this love would not exist if it wasn't for your love at the top, Rachel, and those who work alongside you in those positions. So I love you, obviously, as a dear friend. We have come close in the last decade with the work that I've been doing, and I appreciate that time that we've had together. And you know what I'm going to say? We could have done this convention without you. No, that's a lie.
Yes, you could have.
No.
You are an integral part of this family, and you are a very integral part of this convention. So thank you, Rachel. I love you, and I think everyone watching at home feels the same way.
And there's a big pressing question that we all want to know.
Oh, good.
We have confirmed that is a fire pole in your house.
Yes,
it is.
Everyone wants to know if it's a fire pole.
I think we all want to know.
Thank you, Sean.
Is someone going to slide down the fire pole while we're here?
Probably not. I made my whole family leave because it's very distracting in our home at this time.
Family does that.
Anybody who's been on the calls with me, it doesn't matter if we're recording with guests or anybody, they just keep coming through the door. I get cats brought to me while we're mid-broadcast. I get everything. So
and sometimes people do slide down the pole.
Oh yeah, that's happened in meetings and recordings too. Like, you can't control it.
Right. It's what happens.
I just feel like it's like pre-code Hollywood, where if you bring a gun out into the scene, it has to be used before the end of the act. You know what I mean? Like, we brought a fire pole.
Well, we'll give you a couple minutes to see if you can have someone slide down the fire pole.
Oh yeah, let's get on that.
Mauricio put together a beautiful video package that a lot of you got to see this morning on the Late Show. I didn't have the chance to see it yet. I don't know where this will live beyond this, but Mauricio, we set us up this video package, and then Mel play it after that.
Sean, the social media team, they sent out a hashtag like yesterday. We'd been doing like DragonCon, my DragonCon pet, my DragonCon snacks, my DragonCon den, and then the last one they said, okay, we're going to end with my DragonCon memory. And we got, quite a few pets, not many on the snacks, and a few dens, and we presented them on the shows, a few selections. And then it came time to do a few selections of my DragonCon memory, and I had one of my volunteers, Beth, go sort of harvest those and say, Beth, go get a few of them, right? We'll just share a few of them on the air. And then she said, Mauricio, there's a lot. So she sent me like 20 of them. I said, could you make like a slideshow? Is that too hard? And I said, slideshow, I don't know. This is a video department. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do a video. Right. So one long night later, and yes. Anyway, but there was an overwhelming number of them. I think there were. Sean, do you know how many we ended up getting? My DragonCon memory. There's at least 150 on Instagram and Twitter. So
right.
This video is a selection of them. We couldn't do them all. Time limits and like only so many hours to edit. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Mark, and without further ado, we're not going to address the fact that we had to change the music.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Moving on.
Right, cool. And
let's play that video.
Here's that hot footage.
Yeah, roll the. needed all of you fans to make those memories happen in all these years. And that is a beautiful reflection to what we're missing right now. And I can't wait to go back there one day, as Gonzo likes to sing. And but one thing that we want to stress the importance of about that is that was our social initiative for the hashtag We Are DragonCon, and we encourage you to continue that up throughout the year. Not just because the convention's ending today. We're DragonCon. We are DragonCon now. We are DragonCon always. And we still want to keep seeing these memories. Memories that you made during the digital con as well. And I've made friends that I haven't met before throughout this digital convention, right? And it's been such a wild thing. So please continue to share the memories of past DragonCons, present, and the DragonCons that we have in the future with us, so that we can share them as a family. Now, I'm going to ask one more little moment for each of us here. I'm getting a timeout sign from Mel, apparently. What is this, Mel?
I have a special guest in the studio.
Oh, really? What's that? Get out of here.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, everyone. Oh, my gosh. I was watching your stories and wanted to come in and say, stop crying. You were making me cry, too. Oh, my gosh. You guys have been a part of my family for so many years. I mean, you are my family.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
You know, you're my brother.
Yes, you're my sister. I had an emergency appendectomy, and when I woke up from my surgery, Regina Kirby was standing over my hospital bed going, I told them you were my brother. Go with it.
It's the only way I can figure out how to do it with the last name thing. You know, it's like, no, I'm his sister. No, I'm going to be there.
Yeah. So you guys are my family, and Crispy.
I made it to him before his husband did.
He did. And so, Crispy, just wanted to tell you, because I mean, I know this is your interview, and I didn't. Well, no, I totally deliberately tried to barge in. So thank you. Mel,
I'm glad you crashed it.
Thank you to you. Your parade, what we do in the shadows, like Tommy, you was Colin. That was one of the most hysterical things I have ever seen. That was a brilliant plan. You do amazing interviews with our guests. You are part of our community. You are there when we do our charity day events for our superhero groups. Mm-hmm. You are a part of DragonCon every day of the year. So a proper thank you to you for all the things that you do.
Thank you, friend.
You are welcome.
It means a lot. I was actually telling a story to my roommate earlier about how Tony and I didn't realize it, but we grew up together. And we didn't reconnect until after we both came to DragonCon. We were both from a little town, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I was better friends with his brother Gabriel, and I hung out with him more. And I didn't really know Tony at the time, and it was beautiful to see our worlds reconnect. And I think that is the beauty of the small network of the grand family of this DragonCon experience. And I've been blessed to really get to know you a lot in the recent years, and you've been a beautiful face in this show longer than I've been doing my stuff, and I know that we love you, and I'm happy you're here. You're here now, so you got to stay with us for the rest, though.
Okay, all right, I'll stay out of it. I don't mean to crash everything, so I'll just.
Yes, you did. You 100% did.
I've done every single one of you with emails and text messages going, "Let me in." Yeah, I want to say hello.
I have been trained very well by Mel to turn off all my notifications.
Touch your phone.
Yeah, right.
So, and besides, no one has that power, Tony.
Only Mel can let you in. That's right.
You made it to the right person.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had so much fun doing all of these panels this weekend and our live content. It was so different than what all of us are used to, and I was really anxious and nervous. Yeah. But everybody made it funny, and I wish that we had captured the before panel, after panel, backstage talk whenever we were no longer recording, just to hear how relieved a lot of our guests were to find out that this wasn't as daunting as they thought it might be, and how much we appreciate them and love them and look forward to seeing them in the future. And that's just time that we don't always get in person at the show, because we're always darting to the next thing as soon as one thing is over.
And I will say that was one thing that they all said, that the care we gave was something that they were not used to. that they were like, but we could just do this on a no. We want to make sure you look the best and all this. And they were like, really? You care about that? Yeah, we do. Yeah. And I think they were really surprised by that. So, yeah.
So I had a guest literally say to me, well, I've been doing a lot of the Z word meetings lately, and I didn't have to go through all this. And I was like, oh, okay, well, they weren't with me, so.
Yeah. Mel's professionalism in bringing our guests together I definitely elevated the presentation of our product through Regina, Rachel's, and Tony's guidance throughout all these panels and things like that. And Tony and I worked with an amazing crew of moderators as well. I don't want to ignore them out with Dot and Renee and Brian Richardson and Tony and
Mark Lee. Yeah,
Mark
absolutely. We had a great team of people that brought a lot of good content.
Tony Henderson.
Tony D. Henderson. Yeah.
And it was just an amazing team that came together to give you guys at home the vocal piece for our side. We're the kind of the front-facing customer support in that regard. We're your pass-through. So, Tony, you've been hearing it already. You're about to hear it now.
Yeah.
I love you like family, and I've loved being able to hang out with you. We like went to Dad's Garage and watched Wrath of Khan, and things like that. We always end up. We never plan to, but we always end up at the same place at the same time. And I love that synergy, and I love you. And we could not do this show without you, my friend. So thank you for being part of this.
You all could, but it would be just a little less fabulous.
Mel, go ahead and turn off his camera if you could.
No.
And on that note, I want to kind of we've been going a little while, and I'm sure everyone at home is like, give us more. I've got one last segment to get through with everyone here in the room before we start to wrap things up. Many of us were busy when it came to recording love letters. We just didn't have the chance to bring things together for you. Some of us did, but I'm still going to ask everyone in this room, regardless if you did or you didn't. I'm going to call you out, and I want us to give our thanks back. We're getting thanks from Discord, but we are here for you guys at home. And I want to start again with Tommy and Jess, because we couldn't have done without you. So what do you want to say to the fans, guys?
For me, I just want to say thank you to all the fans for giving me this much love and submitting all the content. When we first approached the concept of a virtual parade, I was like, oh, let's see if we can get people to submit content and actually make something out of it. I have no idea what's going to happen. We've never done it before. I have no idea if the quality of the stuff is going to be any good. But let's see what people give us and then put it together. And just the creativity of the submissions and the fact that I lost track over 200. We had over 200 submissions, and I'm sorry if I missed some. The Premiere project was so big it crashed Premiere every day. So I might have missed one or two, and I apologize. But it was so incredible to see everybody kind of submit stuff, and I get the same thing, all the love notes, and just seeing everybody want to contribute to DragonCon. I think that's what makes DragonCon special for me. I sometimes get a little bit in the weeds on the actual engineering of everything, and forget how much the community really means to me for DragonCon. So I guess that's my love note. I'm also not a very good speaker, so hopefully
that was perfect.
Yeah, and also we met.
Yes,
we're married. Yeah. And we met through DragonCon.
Yeah.
It was the comic book shop music video.
Yeah.
I was Poison Ivy. He was the director / Bane.
Bane.
But yeah, I've been coming to this show. I was a convention baby. My parents took me to Star Trek conventions from the time I was a wee little person. I've been coming to DragonCon since the 80s. The first one I remember is 1989. My parents say they've been going since the beginning. But it was a place for me as a theater kid and a geek to dress up as Xena in the 90s and just go and, put on my own production of whatever and ride the elevators back. You could just ride the elevators for fun. And I met Neil Gaiman in an elevator. And there's just the stories and the validation and just sense of community and home that it gave me through all my childhood and through my awkward teenage years. and into now, I mean, still meeting people, meeting family every year. New members of the family keep coming in, and I just want to thank everybody, because it is a convention for the fans, by the fans. It's a truly special thing. Nobody else lets a bunch of fans run a TV station in the middle of a convention. So just having the opportunity to just get up there and play and hang out with celebrities, or be Nadia, because why not? It's an amazing opportunity, and it's so uniquely special. So being able to do it again this year, especially this year, really meant a lot. So thank you to everybody who put the time in to send us things. We could not have had a convention without the fan content, without the panel content, without the guests who were being flexible and figuring out technology they didn't understand, getting out of their comfort zones. I just thank you to everybody. So yeah, love.
Your Nadia was so spot on.
I loved it. My favorite.
He was walking around watching shadows for like a week, like practicing the
It was so hard, guys. I suffered.
Oh man.
Well, thank you.
Hard.
Yeah, Robin, you're up. What do you want to our fans at home?
And you're gonna go full screen, so get ready.
Ready for your close-up, Robin.
So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna circle back around to Sierra and Sam. I'm gonna thank you guys the most for being like a phone call away. Literally, I don't think I would have gotten through this con without y'all's support. That's not how I wanted to start this love night. I had like a bunch of lines going through my head, and that's not where I wanted to start. But I do want to go ahead and give you guys the recognition that like literally anything that was on my shoulders or on my docket would not have been done without the two of you there to back me up. How I originally had planned to start this note was, I think I'm the baby of the room party. I have only been going to DragonCon since 2016. I started in volunteering my first year. I had friends who were like, "Oh, you can go to DragonCon cheap if you volunteer." That's the ringer. And I started with a department that's now known as the safety department. And the next year, someone's like, "Aren't you into video stuff? Why aren't you over at DCTV?" And it's been like, I like to say, a very fast track escalation from a regular volunteer to a room lead to being Tommy's second last year. And then we had so much to do and so much that needed to be covered to stepping up and helping support in a director position this year. Tommy, Mauricio, Mel, Crispy, Deitch, Regina, Rachel, Tony, like everyone who's in this room party. And I know I forgot someone. I know I did, because that wasn't enough names. You guys I have learned so much from all of you, and like literally could not have done or gotten through the past 2 months of getting all this, helping support you guys and getting all this stuff put together and get these streams going and being able to provide for our community. The volunteers who weren't able to, they didn't have an outlet or a way to help and support us this year. And I know there were some that like were really feeling it, who really missed the chance to help us. And I tried to reach out to as many people as I could to give them opportunities. I'll definitely give a shout out to Tech Ops right now, because they helped us monitor our streams throughout the weekend. And that team was great. And my editors, like, we would not have had an entire channel without you guys. My operators who are around in the universe and a few down the hall. You guys really support me. And I want to give a shout out right quick to 3 of my support systems. Olivia, Jamie, and Megan. You guys, in like the late hours in the night when I can't go to sleep. I need sleep because, it's gone. And I'm going through the roller coaster of emotions and stress, and like through Discord, Facebook, you guys have been the most supportive. And like, I know you guys have been busy with your own stuff too, and so I really appreciate it. And the con community is just, it was a community that I jumped in after I finished college in Atlanta, and it's one of the reasons I've decided to stay in Atlanta. And oh my God, you guys really want me to cry and put me full screen, and But I really won't. Thanks. I do. My last person is actually my fiance, Winston. I want to give you the biggest shout out I can, even though you're dumb.
I love Winston.
A minute and
He's
a
a
half.
great cheerleader.
And he, this would have technically on my end not been possible without him. He has come through in the 11th hour. He has pulled magic out of a hat. He has calmed me down. He's hyped me up. He's dealt with 2 months of me being psychotic. And I can't wait until we're married.
I can't wait for that to happen either, my friend. I'm so happy. Thank you for those absolutely just honesty. I love you. That's the bottom line here. I love you and thank you for being supportive this weekend. Go clean your face.
It's Mel's turn. Take her.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Mel next. We're gonna go to Mel next. Mel, you're up.
I'm last.
Nope, Mel, you're up. Welcome to my show, Mel. You're up.
You know, if I don't click the button, I don't have to go, right?
We're all sitting here and wait.
Oh, I don't know if I can do this again. Okay,
Just
fine,
wait,
full
throw it
screen.
up.
Oh, son of a Tommy! You.
Thank you,
Damn
Tommy.
you. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know. I also sat down to write a love note, and it's impossible. It is. It's just freaking impossible. I don't know what else to say, guys. Like, after 20 years in an industry that is a thankless job, DragonConTV gave me a home and let me geek out as hardcore as I could possibly geek out. And the reward has been overwhelming. And I have so many people to thank for letting me be me. As Robin pointed out, as psycho, as crazy, as obsessed and passionate and dedicated as we all are, we come together and we do things that feed my soul all year long. And if I could do this every day, all day, for the rest of my life, I would be so happy. So happy. Sleep deprived and probably starving to death, but I would be so happy. And I would not be here doing this without you guys. I tell people all the time, I worked in the videography department for a couple years and didn't realize that, oh, thank you for taking me. Okay. Didn't realize that I was in the same room as Tommy, the creator of Last DragonCon. And that video is what made me think that DragonConTV could be so much more than this beautiful fan-run hodgepodge of insanity that magically got transmitted to host hotels because Deitch crawled around in the basement with wires, you know. But when I saw that video, I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's beautiful. The production quality, all of these fans that came together to do a music video that's a parody, you know? And I was like, oh, it's everything. And I was like, I want to work with that guy when the credits came up and it was like directed by, and I was like, who's that guy? Thomas? Yes. Okay. Where's that guy? Literally in the same room with me. So that was the beginning of this, like, I'm just going to freaking say it. Sorry. I'm the one that did that. Where's my bleep button? It's a love story. It's a love story. Jess is his wife, and they are amazing together and beautiful. But I feel like when this team comes together and Tommy and I are in the same room, all of the craziness in our heads comes together and creates this beautiful art that we can pull in all of our friends and say, hey, we want to create something. Let's do this. And it is just this symbiotic, creative, productive, professional, passionate, crazy insanity that feeds our fans. And I am my biggest fan. I am my biggest fan. I sit there in the dark and watch DragonConTV all day, every day for 5 days a year. And I walk in that door. I can't wait to hit play. And every year that I hit the end broadcast button, it's like I'm saying goodbye to a family. I know they're gonna come back in whatever shape or form. I just have to wait for it. And this year, I was waiting. And we came together and we pulled it off. And I just want to say thank you guys so much. My love note to DragonCon is DragonConTV. And I'm so thankful and proud and happy and fulfilled that you guys let me play in your sandbox. And sometimes I can get really momish because I'm a mom. And I have 10 siblings, and I kind of ran an army for a while. And, I get that, like, this has to be done kind of mindset. But you guys let me be me. And I love being me with you. And it's amazing. And I don't know what else to say. And I'm going to stop talking now because I'm rambling. And I dropped an F-bomb, so I need to go punish myself.
No, you know what? I mean, it happens. We're human. And I love you for you. And I love the way that you've grown just as a team with this family. Thank you for what you give to this audience. So go.
I also call you Tommy's work wife, so it's totally cool.
That is true. I didn't want to call it out, but now that you mentioned it, last year, I think it was last year, maybe the year before.
Yeah.
Jess and I had this like heart to heart moment, and I realized that she met you on the music video that I was not able to help you with. I don't know if you remember that. I was going through an ugly divorce, and everything was just like, and I was supposed okay. And I was supposed to be there for you that day, and I felt so bad that I wasn't there. And then come to find out, you and Jess met on that video, and I was like, oh, okay. And then a couple years ago, we had this big talk, and I was like, oh my God, I love her. I love her so much. I can see now why. And then a few days later, or hours, I don't know, it was DragonCon, what is time? She walked into Master Control, and she had my hot pink tape that I cover all my gear with wrapped around her wrist. And she like announced to the room, I'm Mel's. And I was like, I don't own people, but okay.
Sounds to me like she volunteered.
Yeah. Totally, it was consensual, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like she explained that during con, like I'm Tommy's work wife, and then during the rest of the year, like she's his actual wife. And I'm like, thank you so much for letting me play with your husband, because oh my God, it is like a match made in creative heaven that I have been waiting for my entire flipping life. I bleeped myself. Yeah. And I love it. I felt like I was waiting for Tommy and DragonConTV my entire flipping life. And I'm not exaggerating when I say like this is a match made in heaven. And I'm so glad that I'm able to do this for you guys every year. As long as you let me do it, I will be here for you.
We're for you, my friend.
I'm going to stop talking now.
Take a minute to breathe. This is why we don't have her on camera often. No,
Thank you. Like, dear God.
Yeah. Mauricio, my friend, you have been a very important part of my process. What do you want to say to the fans and to those on the team that want to say thanks to you?
So I'm not really a love note kind of guy. This was you kind of sprung this on us, right?
Yeah,
You said I'm more of a I don't know. It's not exactly my style. And then you made me think. You made me think about it, and so I first came to DragonCon. I actually snuck into DragonCon, before they were really checking for badges. Sorry, Rachel. I went to the parade, and then we walked into the hotels. We walked into the Hilton, and we went to my wife and I went to the basement of the Hilton. I don't know even how we ended up there. And we saw this huge board game area, right? And they've moved since, but it was just so awesome to just like go down some steps, like these are my people, right? I think I ended up, taking the subway back home, and then we came back the next day. Again, we snuck in, didn't buy a badge. Sorry. But you got me as a volunteer for 10 years, so hey, I think you won in the end there. So I learned something about myself, actually. So I want to thank the fans for teaching me something about myself by doing videography, and then now this news department is. I've learned that, and this is I hate saying this. to people because it sounds kind of sad or pathetic, but I promise you it's okay. It's okay. I like watching other people have fun. That's what I've learned about myself. And DragonCon is such a spectacle, an unbelievable spectacle, that you cannot help but want to grab a camera and capture it. Fun bit of trivia. When I was looking around to volunteer, I went first to the photography department, but they were full that year. The rest is history. So thank you, Brian Richardson, for picking me up at that time. Anyway, just the spectacle of DragonCon that you, the fans, put on, just you have so much fun, gives me fun because I like watching you have fun, capturing it, and sort of playing it back for the world. So I really appreciate that. It is absolutely, I wrote this down, I'm looking at it now, I just want to remember to do this. I'm a numbers and lists and names kind of guy, so I'm going to mess with Mel just a little bit here by doing a screen share. Sorry, Mel.
Come on, man.
Does that, is it,
will she let you screen share since she has to click it?
I know, right? Did you
click
say
it, click it.
It's a holly! It's a holly! It's
Hi.
holly!
Are you able to show that or no? Does this? Yeah.
Am
there we
I
go.
able
Okay.
to?
Yeah. You have the power. So
Yeah.
I wanted to I suck at. Okay, I actually did this. Sorry, I did this one year. This is Holly, my wife. She's on technically on my team, and I recorded a video and I did a take of it. Of just a thank you video for all my and I memorized the names, and I was like, okay, get through the names, and I did all the names, and I forgot hers. And I was like, expletive that would get bleep if I said it. So anyway, I just wanted you to see the list.
Yes, only one. Only one.
Yeah, we already said it.
That violates our
I just wanted you to. I just wanted to call out the people who helped. Sorry, can you put it back up real quick? They did most of the work. I was just sort of, shuffling people around. Rachel's on there because she attended every one of our shows. She was in the back of every one of our live shows. She was actually answering a lot of your fan questions. So we did not our hosts look really smart. Like they have all the answers. No, Rachel has all the answers and she was feeding them to us. So we really appreciated having her there. So that is why she is on the list. But everybody here made a tremendous effort. The host, the people monitoring social media so we could get that fan Q&A. I have to call out Brian in particular for saddling me with this job. Curse you, Brian Richardson. No, no, thank you, Brian Richardson. Really, you can bring me back. The live show producer is Holly. She sort of fell into it when someone last year couldn't make it, and I was like, we only have like a week to go. I need somebody close at hand. And she said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll figure it out together, right? I just honestly, I don't need somebody that's very good at it. I need somebody who's close by because I can't afford to be making phone calls or sending emails. And she did a great job last year, and she came back this year, and I sort of treated her a bit like an employee. I tried to be fair. This is not like preferential treatment or anything like that. And yes, you did not. I don't think you got a lot of preferential treatment from me. Okay, exactly. But the nice thing is, if something needed to happen, like right now, I could just shout into the other room, and that is immeasurably valuable. I cannot emphasize that. But I love you for helping and for putting up with all of this. She put in a ton of hours. I have to call it out. Sorry. She put in a ton of hours up front, coordinating with guests, with the social media folks, Sean, and. Sean's there, say hi. It's just a huge number of hours in advance of the show. And she was actually asleep when we started this, she was asleep. And then she woke up and said, how did it go? And it's like, it's still going, this thing we're doing right now. So anyway.
We thought it was going to be an hour. Joke's on us, right?
Oh, they're referring to it as a Southern goodbye in Discord. Yeah. It's going to take 2 weeks for us to say goodbye. I mean, I'm cool. I just need to take a shower.
Don't worry, we're halfway done. As I wave my way away.
So thank you to my crew, but thank you also to the fans for giving us, some spectacular stuff to capture with our fancy gear, where we're also all camera geeks, really, and presenting it back to you, and it's been wonderful, truly. Oh yes, and also the social media team and the management for getting us all of that content. So I do want to leave with a gift. I have the power, so the My DragonCon memory video is, as soon as I click this button, on YouTube. So go watch it and share it with your friends if you'd like. So that is my gift to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that present.
And thank you, Holly.
Yeah. Bye, Holly.
Just go back to her nap.
Good chat, Holly.
She'll wake up in 2 hours. We'll still be here.
Good right now. But that's the one thing about this convention. I still haven't slept like a normal convention, even though my bed's around the corner. But I would keep this love train going because, I mean, we have been at this for a long time, and I want to make sure we're all heard equally. Jonathan, I want to go to you next.
Okay. I've been involved with DragonCon. Well, let me put it this way: my volunteer badge number is 3 digits. That's how long I've been involved with DragonCon. And DragonCon television, for a lot of us, it's our hobby, and we do it out of a labor of love. And every Labor Day rolls around, or before it was Labor Day, July 4th. And, for 6 days, everybody gets to and enjoy what we've created. And then next year rolls around and so forth. And this year, obviously, in early July, it was obvious we were not going to have an in-person show this year. It's like, well, we're going to do a virtual convention. And we all just kind of looked at each other and went, oh boy. You can't go to Best Buy and buy software to do a virtual convention. The hardware, we had to create this from scratch. And there's pieces of software here and pieces of hardware there. And we invented this in 2 months. And tens of thousands of people out there enjoyed what we did, and it's just so incredible. And that's our gift to the fans, is that DragonCon is more than just a physical location. It's people, and it's family, and it's you guys. We wouldn't exist without you guys. It's just incredibly gratifying that the response has been so incredible. And I don't usually do camera stuff, so that's all.
I know that you're typically not forward-facing, but I appreciate you coming on because your role is important, and I thank you for giving that to the fans back, my friend. Thank you. I'm gonna buck the system here a little bit. Since Sean called it out earlier, we're gonna make Sean wait a little bit longer.
Because he's playing WoW and he's trying to level up.
The grind is real. So, but Tony, I want you to crash this party. Just tell the convention what you feel.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Tony.
No, we're going Tony. Yeah.
You can do Sean. Did you level up finally?
I'm going back to it now. I'm going back to leveling.
Okay,
I got
cool.
time now.
All right. Okay. So, dear DragonCon, I did submit a love note, but I have a different one. Way back in 2001, I was merely a small child, but I was brought to a volunteer meeting in downtown Atlanta. I lived in Nashville at the time, and I was introduced to a very lovely, young, voluptuous woman by the name of Regina Kirby. And she had space on her team in the guest hospitality suite. And for the next 7 years, I would boil 36 dozen eggs and shell them and keep them on ice to serve to celebrities for 7 years.
I can attest that that's true.
So on year 8, when she broke the news to us on some ancient method like Yahoo groups or something 100 years ago.
Yes. Well, I sent you all.
I'm so sorry. I've been promoted to senior director of programming, and I will no longer be
30 seconds later, I get a call.
Within 30 seconds, I was calling her going, oh, does that mean I go with you and I don't have to make these damn eggs anymore? And so Tony Gowell, the moderator, was born. And thanks to Regina Kirby for allowing me these many years to moderate. My first panel was with Malcolm McDowell about Clockwork Orange and his work with the amazing Stanley Kubrick. And I was so transfixed by his melodic voice and his magical way of telling a story that I wound up being interrupted by him on the panel to prompt me to ask the next question because I was so transfixed by everything he was saying. So my first moderating was terrible. I was the worst person in the room, but I loved the proximity to the guests. It's like being in the front row of a rock concert. And I was like, this is the best ever. So I've been given opportunity after opportunity. And no matter what panel that I've been assigned, no matter what problem that happens that I'm dispatched to help take care of.
Sometimes with 5 minutes notice.
That is very true. That is very true. And so to fans out there that watch me moderate, please know that I do it out of love. I may not know the program that they are representing. I may not have seen the film that they are there for, but it's because I was assigned to that for a reason. And I'm there to make sure that you have the interaction that you deserve with the guests because you're the fan of the celebrity, not always me. I just try to facilitate and get those questions in and out as fast as possible so that they have the best time. And so for me, that is an important piece. I want everyone to feel like that they were able to participate and want to come back in the future. And so for that, I undying love forever for DragonCon, my family, my tribe, my employment. So shout out to Mandy Collier, who signs my paycheck. And I hope we'll continue to do so. So those are my feelings on DragonCon. I love you all, and I hope to come back for many, many years to come because I'm just 25.
Beautiful.
Man, I'm a year older.
All right, Sean, you're up.
Let me log off real quick here. Okay. Nice.
Leave it to us to
I'm happy that I got to go after Mel though because I was worried I was going to be the one that dropped an F-bomb. So we're good. I'm ready to do this now.
I can't even be mad at anybody because I'm the one.
I was like, it's going to be me. Not this time though. Yeah. So the funny story with how I got involved with DragonCon. I'm going to plow through it real quick. Is I actually started volunteering with DragonCon without any idea what DragonCon was, which is a whole nother story in of itself. And the years that I've spent working with DragonCon have been some of the craziest and some of the best memories that I've ever built with anything that I've ever done. The people that I've met, whether it was fans or the people that I've met, whether it was a volunteer that I work with, has been some of the most memorable experiences that kind of shaped me and my career and me as a person. So DragonCon is this kind of one of those entities for me that just kind of supersedes everything else. It's kind of a way of life. What I really want to send my love out and thanks to is every DragonCon fan that up to this point has allowed me and my teams to share their excitement and their creativity. Because this is when anyone ever asks me what DragonCon is and to talk about DragonCon, the first thing that comes to mind is the creativity, and it's me going down the line of talking about the amazing things that whether it was a cosplay or an event or the random cantina band in the middle of a hotel that we got to share and that I've been able to experience kind of alongside everyone else on social media. So that's my love. That's what I love from the DragonCon community is just the craziness that exists. And what's kind of cool is DragonCon tends to always fall on my birthday, so I just get to call it my birthday party, which also is fun for me because it's a really big birthday party. Let's be for real here. Yeah. And I'm also going to say that I'm 25 to end mine because I liked that ending as well. So, but yeah, that's my big thing is I love the creativity of DragonCon, and that's what I continue to love to share with my teams. And then obviously my teams are amazing. So thanks to everyone on my social media team and now my kind of this new Discord team that's forming. If it wasn't for y'all, nothing cool would be happening on social media. I just get to empower and kind of enable. So definitely big thanks to those teams as well.
Thank you, Sean. You mentioned the creativity of the convention, and we talked earlier about how quickly things happen. Mel, can you put up that thing that I just sent you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give me like 30 seconds.
I need a vamp for 30 seconds then.
Yeah,
work hard,
I've got
Chris,
Premiere and Photoshop running in the background.
Tony, I know you and Crispy, you and Tony can vamp for 30
You're already a vampire, so you
right?
Just,
So speaking of vamping, for those of you that missed our town hall Saturday morning, I believe we have a plan to come to you Wednesday night.
Yeah.
to do another town hall. So Crispy, Dot, and Renee and myself will hopefully visit with fans on Wednesday evening to talk about their experiences this past weekend. All the fun things that they explored that maybe we didn't catch. And we've got a thumbs up from Mel, so we can stop vamping.
remember, I'm going to cue it up. We talked about how creative fans are and how quick memes come together. This just happened. Mel, can you load it up?
I love the like silence.
Yeah.
Yes, praise Chad.
Oh man. All right. So on that note, thank you fans for submitting that.
That's the best.
Right. Regina, you're up again. Get it together.
Oh, I have to tell another story on Tony. The first year he volunteered with me, and he came because he was a friend of another volunteer of mine who had worked with me for a couple of years. And at some point near the end of the convention for that year,
she's about to lie, by the way, everyone. She's about to tell a really dirty lie on television.
He said something about when we do this next year, and I looked at him and said, "I'm not sure you're coming back next year," because we had bonded, you know. We were just like we were trashing each other and doing all this stuff back and forth.
And that's
and not
when
many
I named
people
her
get to
my
see
sister.
that.
I was like, anybody that's going to be that
That's
sassy
right.
with me, let's go.
There's not that many people. And he just looked at me like, what? And I was like, I got you. Yeah, we'll talk about next year in a couple of weeks when we get through, when we sleep and all that stuff. But
A
it was
dynamic duo was born.
Yes, we were. So Tony definitely became my family over that first weekend. So it was just that we just clicked right away. So
yes.
But yeah, you know, like I said, that's what it's about. It's about family. I've said that before. It's this community and all the love that comes from it. So, but yeah, the 36th. And I will tell you, as someone who's done hospitality all over the South at many different conventions, if you make a deviled egg, someone will eat it.
Not wrong.
I make delicious egg salad as a result of all those years of making it for guest hospitality.
I'd forgotten that little tidbit. So just
my fingers will never forget the shelling of 36
You talk about being vampires, though. If he's 25, so because
that makes you 26, Regina.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because I have been the senior director of programming for 12 years. He worked for me for 7 years before that. So y'all do the math. I know it's Monday.
So I was in the first grade when I started. That's how the math works.
So I was violating child labor laws.
Yes.
By the
But
way,
my love note is just all we've done. You know, it's just all these fabulous people. That's right.
It's true, though. It is true.
That quote is in the book of Chad.
It
And
is
if you
true.
put out meatballs, they will eat them too.
Equally true.
I'm just telling you.
where are these meatballs? I want meatballs.
Girl, I'll hook you up. but yeah, it's just, you know, this fabulous community is what brings me back.
Yeah.
The things that mean the most to me, when I worked full time, like I said, and then came home and did this at night, and people would, after I came back from DragonCon, would say, "Did you have fun?"
Mm-hmm.
And I would always say, "We were very successful." Because there were moments, because we were working hard to make sure everybody else had fun.
Yep.
And but the things that mean the most to me is when we change somebody's life. You know, the Make-A-Wishes, the charity work we do, all of those things, and you see it makes a difference to someone.
Yeah.
You see it when people arrive, and we say Thursday, but you know, it seems to be getting earlier and earlier in the week every year. But everybody arrives, and you can tell they're home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and that feeling of home is why we do it.
Yeah.
Really, I think more than anything else.
Absolutely.
So, but yep, that's mine. That's pretty much mine. I did one too, but it's pretty much like that. But it took me I had to do it at like 2 a.m. because I kept crying.
Well, that's
so, but
tears are good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Because it's the home feeling is spot on.
Exactly.
And home is something we've spent a lot of time in recently, especially Rachel. Rachel,
yes.
Let's come to you next.
Okay, you guys know I make lists, like a lot. I'm not going to read from them, but I do a lot of Post-its. So for me, a lot of this, okay, Mel, you know me in full screen, don't go together, Bear. Like at all.
That was Tommy.
It
was just that amazing glowing skin that she had.
I know, right?
It was to be cute. Oh, but you could look at my tie-dye.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh,
God.
it's beautiful. Did
Isn't
you
it
do it,
cute?
Rachel?
Mandy and Melanie did it for me.
What?
Well,
I'm
had
so
I known
excited.
that, I would have said, make me a batch. Oh, it
you
looks
totally
really
should.
good. I love it. Love it, love it, love
Thank
it.
you. Okay, so what I am most thankful for, I think, and I got a list, so be prepared. First, obviously thank my family, the Pat and Sherry Henry, mom and dad, obviously kind of being a huge part of the creation of DragonCon, which gives us this today to continue to build on and play and challenge all of ourselves to make even better for all of our fans. And my sister, mentioned her earlier, she is, mom and dad tell us we have boundary issues because we are always together and we are always trying to work together and make each other. And I couldn't do anything without her. And obviously my husband, it was so touching to hear Robin talk about Winston and Holly from Mauricio and everybody. And he puts up with my crazy. And my crazy is rough this time of year. And I couldn't do it without him. And I appreciate him. The partners I talked about earlier, hotels, Eventini especially, for all they brought to us. The show really couldn't have gone on so much without them, and that was great. Livy Lou, was a huge part of DragonCon Goes Virtual that's missing in this room. Everything from visually with the guides, but more than anything, I think the cutest thing is she might be all of our support. The girls, I think, like she's the world's best person at, you doing okay? How's your day? Let me do this. Let me send this. Let me.
She's a feeder.
Yeah, it is. She is one of the kindest, most creative people I've ever met, and I really appreciate her.
I've never actually met her, and she became my support this year.
Seriously,
she's so great.
I mean,
I don't get out a lot, Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just lovely, and that family too that I talked about earlier is just the extended family. And to me, if I were to write another love note, that is what I would focus on is, while all the volunteers might not have participated this year, or the directors as much as they have in the past, that it is still so much a family. And for me, you guys know I don't share personal things very often. I'm a rather, I just, I focus on work, like I'm a little bit of a private person, but I will share with you through this, which no one, it is such a special part to my place in my heart that these people have seen me and been with me growing up through the years, and now I get to call them my friends and my peers. And I had many moments. I mean, I started when I was 7, being around the convention, and all of y'all be thinking about we all made bad decisions as kids, including one year I was snuck backstage in leather pants and a leopard halter top, thinking I was the coolest, fanciest thing ever, and Tech Ops called my father. Before I even made it fully to the actual backstage area. Mm-hmm. And I was pretty lucky that year that Dad said, nah, just let them back. There was Mandy and I. And again, we had never partaken in the nightlife or whatever. And we were like, yeah, let's go. And now I work with all those people, and they've become my family throughout the years, through my life.
She was
and I couldn't imagine.
Time.
Yeah, true story. I couldn't have grown into the person I grew into without DragonCon. Both the convention, the fans, the volunteers, the directors, all the people. When I say it's family, it is both blood, obviously, because we do have a ridiculous amount of people and that work in my family, but more so the extended family. And then the last thing I want to say is, I said it a little bit earlier, but just these people in this room, especially this year, you guys not only brought I don't know if there could be anything better than A game, but like the best of the best that you could. And most importantly, you challenged me every single day. You challenged me to elevate my thinking, to elevate what I thought possible, to completely break down my walls as a leader. And you called me out when I needed to be called out. And that to me means the world to me. That to me means that's team and that is family. And that is probably the most special thing to me. And yes, I know I don't like to be told when I'm wrong. My husband would say that to you all. But in this case, I hope that it can only make us better as a convention and me as a leader and things like that. And I love you for it. You guys have given me such pride and perspective on things that I think will carry into the future. And I appreciate that greatly. And then to the fans as well, sticking by us, all the people that rolled over and chose to do that to help us get through this time, as it is a very difficult time. Those people and the people that showed up here at DragonCon Goes Virtual, I got to work with our public relations and media relations team to release the press release this afternoon. And the numbers were staggering. And I hope everybody is taking pride in it in the team. And it was so exciting to share DragonCon with that many people in the world and that far of reach in the world. And thank you, everybody, for signing on and for being a part of what I consider to be the best weekend of the year.
Thank you. It's beautiful. I appreciate that. In order to kind of bring us in a fun spot, again, I've got another little thing from the chat here to share with everyone. Mel, can you bring up the quote and then the image? So the quote first. Kevin Coram said, "I need 35 other people to cosplay as Carl Bold next year."
Sign me up. I'm there.
Right?
I'm in.
Sounds like parading.
Now you need
A new parade group just was born.
I have a chicken costume. So if I could be the chicken,
right?
I could
Yes. Tommy, I'm so sorry. I won't help you with the parade next year. I have to be an egg.
Be an egg. Oh my gosh. The guest hospitality boiled eggs.
What's a more iconic symbol of the fandom of the convention? what really elevates? What is our identity here? What would make a perfect egg costume? Mel, can you show the art that the fans made?
Oh my gosh. They are quick.
They are quick.
Dude, the Discord is like, they're fast.
Yeah.
If you think it's already been made.
Yeah. This is the power of meme, my friend. So.
But wait, if I cosplay, I want to totally join this. I want to join this 3 dozen group of eggs.
All right.
there's a Spartan parody in there somewhere. I totally
can draw a little muscles.
Part of a balanced breakfast.
Yes.
Ooh, can we get Regina to guide us?
Yeah.
On the parade?
Yes.
The protein
Yes.
pack.
And by Monday, I'll actually smell like one.
Regina is always driving in the parade, so the 36 dozen eggs should march behind her car.
Oh
That's
my
right,
God! Yes.
Yeah, I'm usually handling the marshals. So so that's the one thing I do. That's the one thing I make sure that I'm doing is that I do the parade, and so I put myself in charge of the marshals.
Yeah.
So that I have to be there.
And you get to drive
And I've
whoever
only
you
been
want.
So the 3 dozen DC eggs will be following you.
Nice.
Exactly. And we found out you could get a yellow
whoever I'm
convertible.
driving will be going, what?
You found out what, Rachel? We can get her.
We
what?
got a yellow convertible one year when we had Carol Big Bird in the parade. We wanted yellow, and you can actually find one. So I feel like we could take advantage of that again. It's like thematic.
Oh my God!
At me.
Manage it.
Whoever made that comment, I didn't catch the name. I was too busy laughing.
Oh, which one? This one?
That was Kevin Coram. That's my buddy Kevin.
Kevin.
Got the receipts.
Yeah.
Kevin Coram.
Yeah. We had a Cardbordius reaction on YouTube as well. Praise
So I just want to
Cardbordius.
cover some other legal issues here, since I already violated the big one. I'm assuming that by people posting in our main Discord that they're okay with me putting their stuff on the air. I mean, that one person was like, "Don't put this on TV," but
when it comes to with Kevin, I knew, and the egg, it's a carpet egg, right? So we always have permission, typically. Like some of the art.
If we don't, he's not in the Discord anymore. Don't worry about it. No,
but don't worry. What I'm giving you now, it's fair game. All right, so we need to kind of wrap things up here, and I will go into my stuff in a second. But one of the things that is important for this convention, and is bringing the joy that is DragonCon, And I want to share something that I did with you all here. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've already seen it. But thanks to the virtual convention this year, I had a lot of free time during the convention. I wasn't moderating as much. I wasn't doing his interviews. And so I had the parade Saturday morning with Jess and Tommy. And then I immediately jumped from that. It was a huge commute to the town hall with Tony, Renee, and Dot. The second that was done, I set out on a project to give the joy personally. And I couldn't get to everyone, but I put on a costume. We made some banners, and I drove around door to door. And I wanted you all to remember that DragonCon loves you. And that we are here for you. That we are family. And that even though we're not together, we're still home. And that we have that time together. So I can't wait for you guys to see these posters in person next year. So with that note, it wouldn't be DragonCon without a room clear. So I need all y'all to get out of here. we got to wrap up for the next panel. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
The puppet, right?
Bye, Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Regina.
Love you all.
Bye, Sean.
Oh, you're gonna do this one at a time.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say bye to everybody.
No, get out of here. I got to load the next room up now. Keep
There's
going.
need. There's need. Wait. What?
I
Okay.
got a QR outro. Get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
We have to
Bye.
meet.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Robin. I love
you all.
Bye.
Wait.
Bye, guys. Colin Robinson. I'm your biggest fan.
Goodbye. You might see me next year.
I have to say, my personal favorite part of that was the whole like my black magic pocket cinema, and you in the back, Jess in the background going.
Just a snapshot of our daily life at home,
right.
you know.
Yes,
I gotta get going though. I gotta get y'all out of here. Clear the room.
All right.
Stragglers are out. It wouldn't be a room clear. And so we're wrapping up on the end of our kind of, I don't know what to call this, symposium or something like that. And, when you're done with the convention, there are a few things that like feel as good as like just kind of taking off that costume and kind of returning back to the sense of normalcy that you thought you had and realizing that you felt normal with this on, that you felt like you could be yourself. And you as a DragonCon family give all of us that, and you are our home, and we encourage you to be yourself anywhere and everywhere, not just at this convention, but in every walk of life. I want you to be unafraid to be the person that you are, the person that you want to be. I've got a lot of really good words I can say, but you guys have heard me talk now for just 2 hours on this particular conversation, a lot during the year, but I'm going to throw it to person that means the world to me. He has been a mentor. He was a guiding force for getting DragonConTV started. And without Brian Richardson, we would not have even had this team. So Brian, I know that you're watching from home. I've been participating with you in the chat. But everyone, I want to close off this special. First, I'm going to see you next year. I want you to stay safe. And I want you to stay weird. But I want you to sit tight and listen to the words that Brian has to say. Thank you, DragonCon. We are family. And I'll see you in 2021.
Greetings from DragonConTV Studio West. Yeah, it's my house with a green screen. Anyway, I wanted to thank everyone who joined us for DragonCon Goes Virtual, especially those of you who got up early or stayed up late to watch The Late Show every morning. We ran a bit short on time on our last episode because we had some great comments from our fans and some wonderful guests. So I want to take a moment here to file my love letter for DragonCon. About 5 years ago, on a Monday morning much like this, I was holding the in-person version of The Late Show, about to sign off for the weekend. And at that point, you're in a fog of exhaustion, sleep deprivation. It's a bit of a roller coaster of emotions. But at that point, I actually had a little bit of a realization why this con is so important to me. I told the story of when I was 5. My first memory of getting a toy is my school teacher mom and my ex-Marine engineer dad getting me a C-3PO. It put me on a path to explore strange new worlds, seek out action figures, and boldly watch Doctor Who on PBS after everyone else had gone to bed. The worlds I found at that moment were compelling, hopeful, and deeply weird. And Labor Day is supposed to be our weird weekend. We embrace weird, but this year was not the weird that we wanted. After 2 decades of volunteering for DragonCon, I look forward to this, my weird weekend. I embrace it as a chance to reconnect with found family, meet the people who made these universes real to so many people, and admire the creativity of an immense fan-driven community. Earlier this year, I had to come to terms with the fact that this weekend wasn't going to be the same. But 2 months ago, the family we built over the years made a decision. The show must go on. Reliving that moment of being 5 reminded me then and now why I do this show. What I remembered was a feeling of hope. Because what we face today is hard. The world today mirrors the gritty realism that critics tend to admire in genre fiction. It's easy to look back on the stories the worlds are built on and find their faults. Those faults are valid. And we use them today to learn how to discover a way to be better. What we fail to see looking back on these stories is their hope. The Cape Crusader of my childhood came from campy reruns, but he has a hope and a purpose that finds his way into its best modern interpretations. The Lost Time Lord runs from their past, but they're delighted when, just this once, everybody lives. Rebellions, as we have heard, are built on hope. But the people for the show wanted more than anything was the hope we could put on the show that you loved. Same bad time, same bad channel. But y'all knew that wasn't in the cards. Instead, we learned from our best stories. We discover the world has changed. We set a new course and we endeavor to be better. Today isn't an ending. We're in the second act of our story. We're tired. We're worn down. We don't like what got us to this point. Our friends have assembled and we're ready for the next page, because in any story, the third act takes hope. And what this weekend has restored in me, and I hope in others, is a hope that many of us have lost over the past couple of months. Hope is more than a word. Hope is a form of love. And love keeps her in the air when she ought to fall down. I don't know what DragonCon 2021 looks like. Based on what my friends have done here, I have hope it's the best that's yet to come. Thank you all, and I hope to see you in person next year in Atlanta.
Hey, we're the Henrys, and this is our love note.
We're not Henrys anymore.
Yeah, we got married, Dad. Okay, time to get started. What we love and miss about DragonCon. Hope you're ready.
Hey girls, we've got 60 to 90 seconds, so make it short.
Oh, okay. So let's just choose a few. Okay.
I'm gonna miss most probably the kids on the curb in the costumes during the parade.
I'm gonna miss the vendor hall and how big it's gotten.
I'm gonna miss the flash mobs and all the friends you make in the elevators.
I'm gonna miss, and I just quite frankly love more than anything, that you can be in a dragon onesie at Friday at 11 a.m. and it's okay, even cool. Be who you want to be.
I'm gonna miss the volunteers and the sound of 85,000 people having a good time.
Definitely. I'm gonna miss the comics and the artists.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna miss all the guests, honestly, and the energy and the personalities coming in and seeing how the fans react.
We're gonna miss the fans. Most of all, we miss you guys, and we miss the hugs. We can't wait to see you again in 2021.
Be ready for so many hugs.
Love you.
The question was asked, why do we love DragonCon? As a volunteer, I can tell you that I started going to DragonCon in the 80s, whenever it was just one hotel, and I've watched it grow and grow over the decades. Sometimes a little too much for my anxiety, but I found a way to get around that. I volunteer. Right around 15 or so years ago, I started volunteering with DragonCon, and it helped me find a family and a home and a place to be a central place for me to gather myself together. My children are also volunteers. We're all three with the art show. My son is 23. He started attending DragonCon whenever he was 15. And my daughter, whenever she was a little older than that, but she's 19 now, so she's been with it for about 4 or 5 years. And we thoroughly enjoy all of our time with our art show family, and we enjoy our time at the convention whenever we're not in the art show. And we really wouldn't have it any other way.
Dear DragonCon, hi, I'm Mags. I've been volunteering with the Daily Dragon for just about 9 years now. A year ago, I walked into the Hilton lobby on Wednesday night to check in, only to find a T-Rex dance party in full swing, and I knew I was home. I love this community and everything it is. I love the surprises down every hallway. I love the costumes and the chaos and the energy, but most of all, I love getting to spend time with my people. Thank you, DragonCon, for being my home away from home, and for being the place I get to hang out with 85,000 of my closest friends.
Dear DragonCon, thank you for the many years of being a home for me. There is a saying that a stranger is a friend you haven't met yet, and I can think of no better place that is true than you. Such a community of beautiful souls, all looking to lift one another up, coming to the aid of a stranger, or taking a newbie under their wing. I find myself renewed at the end of each convention, with more hope that there is goodness in the world, and that we are the people who spread it. I am grateful to have been able to volunteer for a number of years. I can't imagine my life without my fellow volunteers now. It makes for a great family reunion every year. Thank you for allowing me to be my true self and finding those that accept me as I am. Looking forward to seeing everyone next year. Have fun and stay safe. Love, Manoa.
Hello, DragonCon. It's Sade, one of your lovely puppetry track volunteers. I am so sad I won't be able to see your beautiful faces in person. One of the things I love about DragonCon is being able to see everybody and all the amazing things they create, whether it's their amazing puppets or cosplay or various props or contraptions. But I'm so excited about this year being virtual because there are going to be so many more people who can join us this year who wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And I am so excited to look through social media and DragonConTV and see all the wonderful, amazing things you're creating. And I'm so excited to go through a virtual DragonCon with you all. All right. Love you, DragonCon.
Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do. Who leaves Atlantis off the maps? Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. We do. Who holds back the electric car?
Who makes Steve Gutenberg a star?
We do. We do.
Who robs keepers of their sight?
Who rigs every Oscar night? We do. We do.
Let's get drunk and play ping pong.
Hey everyone, I'm Eric Peterson. I am a student in Georgia, and I have been attending DragonCon for 6 years now. But why do I keep coming back? Well, I've always been a very nerdy, socially awkward kid, so I tend to feel out of place in a lot of social settings, but I've never felt that way at DragonCon. I've always felt like it's a place where I can go and be myself, and that's because the community is filled with the nicest, most accepting people I've ever met. Now, DragonCon means different things to each one of these people. For some, it's a way to get exclusive collectibles. For For others, it's the chance to see their favorite celebrities in person. For some, it's the opportunity to learn something new, and for others, it's just a way to meet up and have fun. But for me, DragonCon means home, and I can't wait to come home.
Hey, DragonCon. I'm supposed to write you a love note, but I'm not going to, because I've already written it. I've been writing it for the last 18 years. I've written it on LiveJournal, I've written it on MySpace, and I have written it on Facebook. I've told the world over and over and over again how much I love you. So you don't get a note, because I've already written volumes, and encyclopedias, and almanacs, and post-its, all about you. So, I'll see you online for 2020, virtually, from a distance, with a mask, but definitely in 2021. Family Reunion is back on. So no love note for you this year. I'll just add to the volumes that are coming up.
Hi everybody, just wanted to take a moment here to tell you what I love about DragonCon. I love the sense of family, of community that we have, both inside and outside the con. I also love the sheer amount of creativity that everybody has, especially the cosplayers. I'm blown away every year by what I see. And the creativity also of the people who organize DragonCon, especially with this year's virtual version. I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. And I love that it's the biggest, most passionate, fun celebration of everything geekdom that you've ever seen. We always have a fantastic time. I'm definitely gonna miss it this year, but I know that next year we'll be back and we'll be stronger and better than ever. You guys stay safe. Love you.
Hello everybody out there in DragonCon land. I'm John Strangeway. I've been attending DragonCon. This will be my 13th year in a row, and I've volunteered at it, I've cosplayed at it, I've worked and vended at it, and every year it's magical. It really is. No matter what side of the sword I'm on, I'm having fun. You know, the big thing for me when I first started was doing Steampunk Boba Fett, and then I had a blast, and I got to meet everyone. It was a huge icebreaker, and that was something that stood out about DragonCon to me, was that everyone was inviting and welcoming and wanted to talk to me. And so that is what holds it dear for me. Every year it's something, you know, new to explore. I may not be able to see it all, but I'm still gonna have a good time and find something new. And this year being virtual, it's a new experience. I'm still gonna be getting in costume. I'm still going to be interacting with people. I'm going to be drinking pie, because that's part of the experience, and DragonConTV is going to be in the backdrop. So I get to have, for the most part, everything except just straight up, you know, physical contact. But that's okay. We'll get through it. And, you know, I look forward to just every other year after that, because it's, like I said, 13 years going, and there's been people that have been doing it since the get-go. 30 years more. I love DragonCon. If you have seen me there, say hello to me. Just come up and say hi. If you see me on the social medias, send a message, say hi, because that's, to me, what I love about DragonCon, is just meeting new and new people every year.
Oh, DragonCon family. How much I miss you, and how much I wish that we were all getting together this year. As much as I enjoy DragonCon, I enjoy knowing that we're all staying safe and healthy and being well, and that we can get together next year and, as the people say, fly our geeky flag, because that's one of the things that DragonCons mean to me, is being a Black woman, that I can do whatever I want there and everybody will accept that, and that it's a very supportive community for all. I look forward to that every year. It's very important to me, and I hope that we can find that in some small way in our communities, and then get together next year and bring down the house.
DragonCon means family and friendship. I've had the great joy of meeting some of the most wonderful people, discovering new authors and celebrities to stan, and getting to share my nerdy side with my friends, although I never really turned that off. All the way from New York, nowhere feels more at home than DragonCon. My mom had to let her guard down as I forced her into mother-daughter cosplays, and it became a tradition for us to bond over. DragonCon has saved us from tearing each other apart more than once. In 2018, my best friend got to go to his first convention with me there. We took part in the writing workshop and were steampunk together. We danced the night away at the aquarium to 90s pop songs and laughed at the magical hijinks of Princess Alethea's traveling sideshow. I had to convince him that chemo was more important than DragonCon 2018, and unfortunately he passed away this past spring. But he would still reminisce about our time together at DragonCon until the end. I got this tattoo to commemorate how important DragonCon is to me, for my friend, and my mom. It will always be the most important event of my life, and I can't wait to go again in person. I love you, DragonCon. Thank you for bringing so much joy to my life.
What do I love about DragonCon? I feel like that's kind of a loaded question. Because the video would either be an hour long, or I'd be doing a disservice to all the things that I don't mention. So, what is it that I love about DragonCon? Everything. I love that it exists. I love that it's a thing. People, including DragonCon themselves, often refer to it as going home. And I think that's very appropriate. It does feel like home. Who doesn't love going home? There's few things in the world that compare to feeling like you belong. That the entirety, who you are, needs to be right where you are. And DragonCon gives you that. So, what do I love about DragonCon? Everything. I love every last bit of it. I love every last drunken drop.
Hey, my name's Ernie, and what do I love about DragonCon? What do I miss about DragonCon? It's literally the love. It's the love connections you can make there. And I'm not talking about the what happens at DragonCon, stays at DragonCon type love. I'm talking about getting engaged 7 years ago today to my wife during a Buffy photo shoot. And honestly, if you're gonna get married, why not have the blessings of a giant extended family like you do at DragonCon? It's definitely something that I'll miss this year, but every year being a honeymoon at DragonCon in Atlanta is pretty stellar. Love it.
Hi, I'm Lucia. I'm Rachel. And I'm Juliet. Today we're going to be telling you stuff we love about DragonCon. First, to start with me, I love how a lot of people can dress up and be together in one big group.
I love how people can just be happy with who they are and celebrate, and I love making memories year after year.
I love meeting new people, having new friends, and trying new things.
We love spreading kindness and sharing swag and finding swag and shopping. We love the vendor hall.
We love Dragon.
We do, and we'll miss it very much this year. So sending our love, and we'll see you in 2021, hopefully.
DragonCon, I miss you. Oh. Normally, at this point in time in my life, I would be scrambling to finish up my cosplays. I would be narrowing down when and where I was going to meet people. We would be waiting for the app to update, and we would just be really, really intent on getting stuff ready. And it's a different sort this year, and it's so strange to me that I'm not going to be in Atlanta, Georgia on Labor Day weekend. I mean, I've been going there for over 10 years now, and I know there are those of you who have spent a lot longer of a time, you know, almost all your lives going to DragonCon on Labor Day, and I'm gonna miss the cosplay, I'm gonna miss the parties, I'm gonna miss the food, I'm gonna miss the events, the guests, everything. So from the bottom of my heart, DragonCon, I love you. You are my nerdy gras. You are the beginning and end of my year. And hopefully at this time next year, we'll all be getting ready for DragonCon 2021, where we can see each other in person. Knock on wood. We're gonna make it through this DragonCon. 2020 is almost over. So say we all.
Hey DragonCon, Wabbit here, wearing one of my most ridiculous costumes from my very first year with you. And I gotta tell you, having someone recognize me as a Jedi chef that first year was fantastic. But it only scratches the surface of what I've experienced through the years that are highlights of DragonCon. From being in Dr. Horrible Live, to dinners with friends, interesting guest interactions. You've been good to me. But nothing encapsulates DragonCon so well to me as what my Tahila said on what I believe was the corner of Piedmont and Baker after our very first con. It was the last day, and she said, "You know, I always imagined a place like this existed, but I never thought I'd see it." Yeah, that. We'll be home again soon, DragonCon. See you then.
Hi, my name is Abby, and around DragonCon, I'm known as the Donut Lady. And that has to do with my favorite part of con, which is Thursday morning, beginning of the badge line. Now I understand it's not a parade, it's not a concert, but it is the highlight of my con. Why? Well, because we all gather. Like, pre-dawn, some of us, we go down in front of the Sheraton, we sit down, we have coffee, we bring each other snacks, me in particular donuts, and we talk about our fandoms, we talk about how our year's been. I know that for some people the start of con is the rum parties or the night before, but I'm a morning person. I sit and watch the sunrise over the city and feel this swell of fandom and the gathering of people together to make con, and I hear the Sheraton start playing the music, and we've been doing it for over a decade and a half. And it's a great little community. It makes me happy, and we take our spare food, I walk down the line and I yell, "Free donuts, welcome to DragonCon." And I kind of got a nickname for it. So, I can't do that this year, but trust me, I have donuts, I'm gonna miss you all, and next year we'll be right back in front of the Sheraton. Welcome to DragonCon, have a great time.
Hi guys, my name is Finchy, aka the Ginger Finch, and this was gonna be my 15th straight DragonCon. But why I love DragonCon is it's like getting together with 80,000 of your closest friends. What's not to love about that? So I cannot wait to see each and every one of your faces next year. I miss you all so much. Please stay safe, and I love you all.
Hey DragonCon, it's your friendly neighborhood pool guy, missing all of my DragonCon family, especially my DragonCon Deadpools. But I'm keeping up with everybody on social media and on Discord, and hopefully we'll all be together next year with a great big hug. Keep on keeping on, folks. I love and miss all of my folks, everybody that I come 1,000 miles from Nebraska to see every year. Stay safe, wear your masks, keep everything under wraps so we can be together next year. Love y'all.
DragonCon. DragonCon, what's up guys? I miss you all. Dennis Ball here.
the first thing, I love the dance party.
You love the dance party at DragonCon.
And I also love the parade.
And the parade at DragonCon.
Hey guys, have fun.
Love you, DragonCon. See you next year.
Dear DragonCon, you and I met on Labor Day weekend 2003 when I first moved to Atlanta. Our first meeting was brief, less than a day, but you won me over immediately. I love arriving on the first day of DragonCon when everybody is just getting there, piling up their suitcases and bins in the lobby while waiting for the key to their room. I love when I randomly run into someone I know and say, "Oh my God, hi, I'm running to whatever, but let's take a quick selfie." I love walking through the Walk of Fame on a Monday and seeing who's still there and grabbing an autograph or just a word with them when there's no line. I love falling asleep at night to the roar of the crowd 20 floors below me in the Pulse Bar. I love when someone recognizes my costume, even though it really just looks like street clothes outside of DragonCon. But they know I'm Penny from Dr. Horrible or Lorelai Gilmore. Here's to you, DragonCon, and to many more years of geeky delight. Peace. Love, Liz.